All right, so welcome, Dino.
Welcome. What's up?
It's nice. It's nice to meet you for the first time again.
Okay. So what are we going to speak about today?
So today we're going to speak about your career.
Okay.
And where you came from.
Okay.
And what you're about.
All right.
And what keeps you going.
All right. Sounds all good to me. Where you want me to start?
So when did you start playing music?
Well, that goes back a long time ago. When I was a little boy, we used to have Sunday dinner. The whole family would eat. And after everybody was done eating, everything would be cleaned off the table and they'd bring the coffee in. At that time, my grandfather would put me up on the table. And I always sang a song after every dinner on Sunday.
Okay.
And I played with as far back as I remember, my brother Joey played guitar. My cousins played instruments. And I was the littlest guy. And they said, "You're ugly and the people like you because you're funny. So you got to be the singer." And I said, "I don't want to sing." And they said, "Well, you have to. Otherwise, you can't be in the band." So my cousin, she sang for the choir in the church. And this all takes place in Bronx. And she said, "I'm going to show you how to sing." So she said, "Say ah." She put me up against the wall and I said ah. And she punched me in the stomach. And then I really said ah. That was it. I said, "I don't want to sing anymore." I'm about 7 or 8 years old. And then she started pumping my stomach like an accordion. And lo and behold, I sang. But in the beginning, I wasn't good at all. And it took time. One time I went to a coach and she said, "Forget it. You're going to lose your voice in a week. Get out of here." So, but I started singing at a very early age. And I went through every agenda of rock and roll there was. Because I started out like in the early 70s. My Uncle John, he worked in Radio City. So I seen like almost every band that came through. I seen Aerosmith when they first came out. Then Lizzie I seen.
Wow.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody you could think of. Kiss when they first started, which they sucked. I seen, Iggy and the Stooges, David Bowie. I mean, early, you're looking like, I was down there probably when I was 12. I'd get on the train and the cops would chase me. They thought I was a runaway.
Yeah.
I got my uncle because he practically was there. He changed light bulbs, cleaned up, pulled the curtains. And that really influenced me. At that point, I knew what I wanted to do. And, like I said, I went to every genre there was. I was born in, believe it or not, I was born in Manhattan, 3rd Avenue down in the Village in Bellevue Hospital, believe it or not, which turned out to be a nut farm. It was back then too, but they had a professional side to it, Yeah. But I'm originally from the Bronx, but my mother was a sick woman, so that was like the top hospital voter. So, being born there and then later on going down there and playing, it was pretty cool, I didn't go down there and start playing until probably 77 to like 80, around the 80s, And at that time I was doing punk rock. But before that, I lived in Mayapack for a while too. I had my first birthday, matter of fact, there. And I played with a bunch of local guys, and we did real well too back then, We play Battle of the Bands, and we played Brewster and White Plains and Katona. And with 2 years, we came home with the prize, so
yeah,
we did pretty good there.
When you were playing in these punk bands, were you writing your own songs, or were these?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, we had a big mock-up, and I opened up for everybody back then.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up for the Ramones 5 times,
yeah,
Plasmatics, Dead Boys, Talking Heads. We opened up for Blondie. We opened up for the Police when they first came.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of bands.
What year was that?
1979, 78.
Right,
yeah.
That's when I was born. Yeah.
So, I seen it. I seen all that. Then, like before that, I was playing like Mount Vernon, the left bank. I was playing a lot in Putnam and Lower Westchester. We played the Rising Sun in Yonkers. At that time, all the metal bands were coming in too. Like you had Man of War.
Yeah.
You had Thor,
mm-hmm.
Cat. You had
Anthrax.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthrax. Bands like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even Metallica, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Matter of fact, I seen all them come through, and that whole metal like that, from the metal to the death metal,
Mm-hmm.
And I did, like I said, I came close to a little bit of that, but I really didn't focus on any of that. Like I was on the in between, and if you look at the whole history behind it, it's like things weren't too far apart. You had your glam and your so-called heavy metal, but at that time, you had bands coming out like Bowie, Mata Hoople,
mm-hmm.
Gary Glitter, Slade, The Sweet, which is a great band. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
You had all them bands coming. And then you had, all these guys, they were great bands and everything, but, it starts from the beginning of time. Here you go. Look at the greatest glam band that was out there. It came from the US of A, Alice Cooper Group, But then you had the punk came in.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, other things were shooting around. You had that god-awful disco come in. That shit, I hate that. That shit will make you sterile, that stuff. I never went near any of that shit, And you had bands like Twisted Sister, all the bands were all orientated back then. And I seen all that shit happen.
Yeah.
And I was there to do it. I did a lot of original music. I was signed 3 times. I blew it 3 times. And every day go by that I don't think about music or want to play it, Now I'm stuck in like cover bands right now. I got an album coming out at the end of the year. Last shit I did was I didn't even do it. They put a compilation album out, which is called The Rock and Roll. Matter of fact, I think my sister's got a copy here.
Yeah, I just saw it. I was looking you up on the internet, and I found it on Amazon.
Well, if you want, I'll send it to you. Don't even go through Amazon. I'll give you because it opens up and there's pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wendy O in there. And
really?
Ramones, yeah. And Ace Frehley, everybody hanging with me, and back in the day.
Yeah.
And tells you the story, the liner. That's why I don't like any of this shit today. Back in the day, you got an album, you opened it up, you read it, it had a calendar, it was big, you could shake your pot seeds out on it, it was something to have, oh wow, produced by Eddie Kramer, Big Baba.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And today you ain't got any of that. You know, it's a shame. You know.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about that album that you released. This what's it called? Rock and Roller.
Rock and Roller, yeah. Hold on, I'll get it. I got it right upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring it down so you can see. So there's a big story behind this whole thing.
Yeah.
This is the Rock and Roller.
Nice.
Okay. And like I said, it tells you the whole story,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got like pictures of the early hostages in there, and
Yeah.
the late Tommy V right there, and
Oh, Tommy V. I remember Tommy V.
yeah, like let's see, like right there, there's a vintage picture of me and Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
That's at the Briar Patch, New York. Look at the guy who's sweating. I am. He comes to see me. I don't go see him, you know. And there's just a bunch of shit like early hostage stuff, and Dino and the Detonators, and
Yeah.
The Wolfpack with Richie Scarlet, and a bunch of Richie Scarlet in here, and all kinds of shit. And what had happened with it was like there's a lot of liner notes and stuff. What happened with this thing was I had to go in and do some time, you know. So I've been in bed all my life. It sucks, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And we're cleaning out a closet that I had, me and a good friend of mine, Chris Labis. And he said, "What's all these reels?" I had, you know, a stack of reels. I said, "Well, the recordings that like I never finished. There's some live recordings and all bunch of shit in there that I never even, you know, a lot of stuff I never played out or any of that." And he said, "And what's in it?" You know, we opened up another. There's all pictures in there, you know, of me playing in Max's Kansas City, CBGBs, you know. Opening up for the Ramones. There's a couple of pictures of them in there and stuff. And he said, "Well, let me take these. Let me hold on to them. Nothing will happen to them. I'll put them someplace safe." So, without me knowing, he went and got all this stuff together, found out who played on all the stuff, and it's pretty much like a tossed salad, you know?
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I thought I would hate it, you know, but they took a lot of the tape and they doctored it up, and Lenny Lee and Richie Scarlet and a lot of people helped him do this. And when I got out, I had the Rock and Roller.
Yeah, nice, man. And does Richie Scarlet play on this album?
Yes, he does. He's leaning on it because at the time he was going through some stuff with a management company, but he's on this. He's on a couple cuts. Yes.
Okay, great.
You'll know once you hear the thunderous guitar. You'll know who it is, you know. But they did a good job with it, you know. As a matter of fact, this picture here, you see that one?
Yeah.
That's on a 45 that me and him did back in 1984. That did real well. And that was called Dino Fregosi. But Richie produced this album, and he helped me write both the songs on it.
Nice.
It was really good. But there's a lot of different stuff on it, cuts and live shit too. So it's pretty cool, you know.
Do you guys still talk?
Oh yeah. I spoke to him about 2 months ago. He's all over Facebook now too, so I can look at him. You know, I don't go on it that much. I'll just give you a thumbs up or some shit, you know. But you know, it's all good. He's doing real well too. He he told me he was out with Corky Lang for a little while. And he came back, and we're going to bump heads soon. I think me and him, he's been hinting to me. Maybe me and him will go out and do a show or two, you know?
That would be great.
Yeah. You know.
Two legends together.
Yeah, he's the emperor, man. He taught me a lot. Real good guy, too, you know?
That's great. So maybe we could talk about some of the bands that you've been in over the years.
Okay. The first band I was in was a band called Ash Creek. And we didn't play, we never really got a garage. And then the second band I was in, we got out of the garage. I played with, it was called Summit, was the name of the band. It was already established. And it was the two Schaefer brothers, Danny and Jimmy, which I played in the Hostages with later on. They were in a band, and we were a high school band. Eddie Sicleri was on bass guitar. I sang. We had another guitar player called Chris Conti, Danny Schaefer, which he was about 13 years old.
Danny Schaefer?
Yeah.
The drummer?
No, Danny, his brother, guitar player, and Jimmy, the drummer.
Jimmy, yes, I played with Jimmy. Right.
Yeah. Now, in fact, he's in the picture here on that rock and roll, because he played with me later on in the Hostages, in the punk band I played in. And we played Battle of the Bands. We played a lot of dances. We ended up playing in some bars that we could sneak into and play, you know. And that's what really kick-started me off. And then after that, I started playing with a lot of guys, different guys. I used to go down to Tommy V's house, jam out with him. And then, you know, just this guy, Nick Cayano, I play with. I play with a bunch of different people. Jimmy Tattoo, Mike Mapes, just tons of different people. We go out and play and, you know, do well. And there was a lot of other bands I was in. I played with the Crippo Brothers. We had a band called the Roaming Catholics. Give It Up for Lent tour. The Roaming, like roaming around Catholics. Give It Up for Lent tour. I played in that band for a while. I played in the Detonators. I had like a lot of versions of that. Yeah. Original Detonators was me, Bobo Vala, Hala Vala. These were older guys, but these guys were massive. They were like giants, and they sang like birds. The harmonies were crazy. And Pepe Aquilino and John Moore. And he was from Sweet Madness, those two guys. And later on, John Moore went to St. John and bands like that. And we played a lot of clubs. I was still underage at the time, but we were getting in. You know, don't let them at the bar. Keep them in the back, you know. And I played with them for a while. And then the Schaefer brothers were into this punk stuff, which I liked. And I liked it from an early age. I liked the Stooges. I thought they were great, you know. And they were playing punk. And it was like, man, I could get into this shit. You know what I mean? And went out and we did an EP, which did really good in Germany, and you know, in Europe, and we were shopping it around here, and we at the time we were opening for the Ramones and everything else. I ended up getting in trouble, and I had to do a bullet, which was a year, and when I came out, it was like everything was done. They were moving into the new wave and all that other stupid shit, you know. And then I went right into, you know, when that wave of in the '80s, when that wave of the hair bands came in. You know, I went out to LA. I was in a really great band. And then again, trouble got to me. Well, it was a couple of members that when I got out, matter of fact, I seen them on MTV. I was like, son of a bitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I missed it again. And I played a lot in Philadelphia. I played on the shore, Jersey. Did a lot with the Dead End Kids down there. I played the whole summer, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, mayhem in the whole place. You know, we had we kidnapped it. They said we kidnapped. They had a beauty pageant, and we had like Miss Maryland, you know, that night and everything else. Miss Kansas, all these. We had them in the, you know, we had a room that the club would give us. And they were searching for them. The next day, the police came knocking on the door. It was crazy shit like that. And I played with them for a while. And then I played down in Philadelphia for a while. I met this guy, Billy Lomax. He was one of my best friends in the world. He's passed now. And he played in the Bonnie Parker band with Richie Scarlet back in the day, before there was even Richie Scarlet even existed. And that's where I met him. And he played in the Dead End Kids. And I went down there to see what was going on, and I really liked it. I always came back here and got in trouble, you know, like in Putnam and in Lower Westchester. But now today, I'm down there all the time, full time. I've been down there for 8 years. I come back and sneak and do a couple of gigs with the guys once in a while, you know. But I like it there, and I just put another band together called The Demolition, and we were doing really good until this shit hit the fan, you know.
Yeah. Who was in the band?
What?
In the Demolition, who was in the band?
I got this guy called Dan Martino. He's on bass. I got this other guy called John Litz. He's on drums. And we got the new guitar player. His name's Buddy Cash. So it sounds pretty good, you know. We're doing cover stuff, but I'm trying to weed them out of it, you know. Whenever I did do a cover, I always did it my way anyways. But that, and I've been working on an album for the last year, you know.
So well.
Getting that together. That should be out. Yeah, that'll be out, like, I'm looking probably at the end of July. I'm shooting for. A lot of good stuff. A lot of special guests are on it.
It's all original material?
Oh, yeah. So.
Excellent.
And that's it. You know, I'm doing what I got to do. I'm getting old, man. I ain't got much time left, so I'm trying to run, you know.
Well, you've got a lot of energy. Your energy is incredible. I mean, when people see you on stage and they come to your performances, it's absolutely it's beyond electrifying. It's jumping out of your skin. It's in your face. It's like punk rock in the way that is really confrontational, and that makes it absolutely amazing. The adrenaline is so infectious.
Well, thank you. But what it is that there's two things that you got to remember, and I take this to heart. And I heard this from an old guy who told me once.
Yeah.
He said, if in fact you're gonna go in front of people and perform or sing or do whatever you got to do, you have to tell people, you have to make people believe what you're saying. You know what I mean? In other words, like, you have to, if there was a deaf person in the audience, they'd know exactly what I was saying or what I was doing, because I'm telling you what's going on. Every individual in front of me, or even who's anywhere, they're gonna know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying. I'm not saying. I'm telling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get in people's face and you tell them like, "Oh my God, look what happened," they're gonna, yeah, "Oh my God, look what happened over here." They're gonna go, "Oh, where?" You know what I mean? Instead of somebody coming up, "Oh, look what happened over there." They're gonna go, "Yeah, okay, pal."
Yeah, you're so great. You're so good. You go, yeah, you get in there and you're just fucking, it's great.
You gotta get in their face for them to know. But there's a limit to that too. You gotta watch, you know what I mean? You can't push people around and shit. Like, learn how to weed in there, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've been in audiences where they're like, "Oh my God, you know, this guy's out of his mind. We gotta get out of here. You know, you gotta call the police or something. You know, it's going to be a riot or whatever." I've been thrown out of clubs, you know what I mean? "Don't ever come back here again. My place is ruined," you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's all in the energy. I believe that, like the old timer told me, if you tell people and you make them believe in what you're saying, no matter what you do, you'll have them. So who wants to go and see somebody stand up there and just sing? Unless they're incredible, you know? You want to be entertained, you know? And it's like, even when I played in cover bands, you always had a song list of 60, 70 songs. Who wants to go see the same fucking movie over and over?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, "Oh, did you see what they did this time?" I used to cut my way out of a box with a chainsaw, or come out of a coffin, or come swinging off of or falling down from the ceiling. To let them, like, what is he going to do next? What are they going to do next?
Right.
So every night would never be the same. You would never see a same exact show. There's no way, you know, because you have to keep things different all the time for people to, you know, like you got a comedian. If he told the same joke over and over and over to the same audience, I've seen that shit already.
Right, right.
Guy comes up with something new, they're like, "Wow, man, wait, I can't wait to see what he's gonna do." So if you run in a rock and roll band or anything in show business and you do something like that, you're gonna gain. You know, you gotta gain. You know, unless you don't know how to use it. You know, like in perspective, you know, "Oh, he's in the box with the chainsaw running," you know. Yeah, I come out, you see your black shit come out of my beak, you know, oil or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like me does a stunt, you gotta do a stunt. We did Alice Cooper tribute for a while. I hung, you know what I mean? I did everything that the AC would do. I got tired of it after a while because it was like, what am I doing this for, you know? And I could have did an AC/DC one. I could have did a bunch of them, but after that, I was done with all that. And I just like playing, you know? Right now, I'm tortured, you know? It's like, I can't wait, but it's like when we go out there again, there's a lot of people going to come. What's it going to be like? I was with my friend AJ Slick about 2.5 weeks ago. He does live broadcasts every night. So he had me come in as a guest, and that was fun, you know what I mean? We got a lot of hits. A lot of people came on after we were done playing. People were popping on the screen asking questions, and that was pretty fun, but this shit's got to stop, man, you know?
I hear you.
Crazy.
So what's the biggest gig you ever played? Or the best gig?
Well, the biggest gig would be, believe it or not, Stony Brook College opening up for the Ramones. We were up there, and we really couldn't see out. We walked up the back steps, we got on the stage, and I don't even know if it was in a gymnasium. I don't know where we were.
Yeah.
But all I remember was getting hit with like quarters and shit like that and bottles for like the first song. And then after the first song, we went to the second song, then it all calmed down. Mm-hmm. And when we got done, they turned the lights on. I was like, holy shit, you know? Yeah. I couldn't, it was so many people that I couldn't even see the end of it. And it was change all over the stage. Because people were throwing, because they didn't like us at first. They were throwing what they had. You know? They were picking up all the change. Yeah, come on, we got to get out of here. You know what I mean? The best gigs, I don't know. There was tons of them, you know. Opened up for Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers with the Dead Boys. That was a really great show. Rick Derringer, I opened up for. That we got in trouble for that gig. It was me, Billy Lomax, I think Larry Fisher, and Richie Scarlet. And we opened up for him. And it was the sweet spot. In other words, when you know you're doing really well and you get that hair in the back of your head that sticks up, man, we did good. You know, we did a good. And you're looking at each other and you know, man, that whatever you did, you created magic. And we went, I remember it was very short stairs that went up about 10 or 15 steps, but they were short, meaning it was like a ladder. Mm-hmm. And a platform and then another ladder. And then the room was up there. It was really small up there. And the people were going crazy. And we got done, we were sweating, and the people were going nuts. And Billy goes to Richie and says, "Do you hear him out there?" He's like, "Yeah. We got to go back out there." And I was like, they said, "No, we can't." And with that, the manager came up. He goes, "Don't even think about it." And that's all he had to say. Yeah, he was on the ladder like this and said that. And I kicked him. I put my foot on his head and I pushed him down and he went backwards down the stairs. I fucked him up bad. And we ran up and we played. And we had, at the time, this guy called Bull, he was our roadie. Mm-hmm. He stood by the plug. "Don't let nobody pull that fucking plug." And he stood there. And we did the gig. And that gig was, I mean, you could feel that sweet spot, like I say, you know, that hair coming up in the back of your head. That was a great gig, you know. I did a lot of great gigs at the Chance and a lot of great gigs out in California. I played the Whiskey A Go-Go out there. I played places that are done now. You know, I played Max's Kansas City, CBGB's. I was like a household. We were like we were the warm-up band in there. You know what I mean? Played Gildersleeves, Kenny's Castaway. You know, used to play in, you know, all them clubs.
When you opened for the Ramones, I want to know what year was that?
Oh shit!
You remember?
Yeah, probably 80, 81. Mm-hmm. Stony Brook College. We opened up there. We opened up at Ritz for them, the Ritz Theater. Also, I think it was 79 or 80, 81 or 80, somewhere in the 80s. That was a blur for me.
Okay.
Peppy would know more of that, you know?
So, obviously you have your own personality, and you are really, as a performer, like there is no other Dino. But I want to ask you, like, who are some of your influences? Who are some of the people who really like shaped what you do or something?
Who my influences are?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Uh, Alice Cooper. I loved Little Richard. I like. Shit. Jim Morrison. The Rolling Stones is a full. The Beatles is a full. Thin Lizzy, Aerosmith. You know, T-Rex.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Who's Cold Ethel?
Cold Ethel. That's an Alice Cooper song.
Ah, right. But you had something on stage.
Oh yeah, I used to bring the Love Doll out. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we used to have blow up dolls and all kinds of shit. Yeah, like they whatever was something like I've robbed mannequins out of stores and brought them in, and we used to have pie fights at the end of the show, shit like that. So like I said, you got to make it a show.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever been arrested at a performance for doing something?
I was serving papers, yeah, like to appear in court.
Obscenity? And
yeah, I got arrested, after shows, never during. Fight break out or whatever.
Yeah.
Before shows too. I'm gonna do a big show and then get locked up, and what the fuck happened to you? I had one phone call. I had to call my brother to bail me out.
Yeah.
And but as of anything else, like as far as like get arrested during a show, nah, never. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
I've gotten fights during the show and broken up fights, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Very good. Oh, what are your favorite songs to play live?
That varies too, man.
Yeah. You love them all. I think you love all the songs.
Well, what it is that like I'll take a song and I'll make it my own. You know what I mean? Even if I'm doing like Aerosmith or whatever, I'll run it differently or whatever. I like doing a lot of old material. But there's no hold for it. Like I just got done Nancy Sinatra's "These Boots Are Made for Walking." I did that. And I've been doing a lot of like CCR and real early Beatles or real early Stones or anything. You know what I mean? Often the Vandellas, and you take them and you tear the whole song apart and you rebuild it like a motor. You put a 4-barrel on it, headers. You make the song. Yeah, you rev that song up. So I love doing stuff like that. If you're gonna do covers, you might as well do what you want, and take it the way and do it the way that it's gonna make you happy. Fortunately, I'm stuck doing them now, but the ones I do, like I'll never be in an agency or anything. This guy goes, "Hey man, I can make a lot of money with you, but you gotta do 3 doors down." Go fuck yourself, 3 doors down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or do Rihanna or some shit like that. Are you fucking kidding me? You got the wrong guy, pal. You know what I mean? No. So I'll stay where I am and do what I got to do. And,
Sure.
you know, every day I wake up, it's a great day. And I've been watching a lot of new guys coming up, and there is hope for rock and roll. You know, I thought it was dead again and that it was going to be dead for a long time, but
Yeah.
you know.
Who are some of the people that you're looking at that are up and coming that you would say are really good?
I like the Van Fleet. I think they're really good. You know, they sound like Zeppelin, though, but, you know, and there's a band called Dorothy out there that's really good.
Where are they from?
They're from Pennsylvania, Dorothy. Real good band, chick singer, like Hailstorm.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of bands out there like that, and they've been out there for a little while, but they haven't been recognized, and now people are starting to recognize these bands, and a lot of kids are starting to listen to rock and roll. You know, like, you come up to me, hey, you ever hear a band called AC/DC? I said, yeah. Well, I heard them guys. They're great. I said, see, you guys got to wake up. There's billions of bands out there like that they never even heard or touched base with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like you got a whole other generation coming up, and they got, for God's sake, my son, he learned everything, you know. He asked him who his favorite band is, you know, and it's a band that we would know, you know.
Yeah. So then that leads me to ask you, what would be your message for the younger musicians coming up now? If you could tell them something, because you've been doing this such a long time, what would you tell them as like advice, or if you could?
Well, the advice is that, you know, if you're going to do it, do whatever you do. If you love doing it, you do it. But rock and roll, man, it holds no bar for nobody. The whole entertainment business is like, you got to be at the right place. It doesn't matter how good you are. I've seen guys that suck that made it big. It's a shake of the dice. My father told me that. He says, it's like winning the lottery today. It isn't like it was in the beginning.
Right.
Beginning, there was a lot of inventing going on out there, and you know, it's like all these the British invasion came in, and they had great songs, and these guys are great. Well, lo and behold, they got it all from the American black man. You know what I mean? You listen to their first Stones album, they got one original song on it, and they're famous, and they're all covers from, you know, black artists, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tough business. It's tough if you don't know nobody, it's very, very hard. It will get discouraging after a while, but if you love it enough, like me, I didn't hit it big. But I have stories and I have memories, and I wouldn't have did it any other way. You know, if I looked at my life and went back, it's the love of music. But if you're going to be in the business and you're going to make it, you're going to have to listen to a lot of people, and hopefully you go down the right road. You know, otherwise you're going to be a casualty like me, you know. You know, it ain't a bad place to be.
You're truly original, Dino. There's really, it's, you know, it's not easy, you know, doing your own thing, but you do that consistently.
Well, you try the best you can, and by trying, you do. You know, you gotta do. You gotta. When the guy's walking, you gotta run, and that's how you gotta get up there.
So, last question for you.
Okay, very good.
What is your life motto?
What do you mean by life motto?
I mean, because obviously you have a very good disposition. You really have a great outlook on life. Like, what is it that keeps you going? What is this life force? Do you have some sort of affirmation, or what is?
Well, it's like anything else. It's like, hey, you got another day to breathe, so you're on the planet and you're breathing that day. It's a good day. You know, people go around and they're always bitching and moaning about something stupid. And they got to carry that with them, you know. I feel bad for them people. You know, you got to be positive in what you do. And what you do it the best you can. You're going to go, you're only here for a visit. You're going to take wrong turns and right turns. But in the end, there's two things we have to do. That's to be born and die. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you got to do it. So do it the best you can. You know.
That's great. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans? Because I think people who follow you hopefully are going to see this and get to know a little bit more about your story and what you're about.
Well, I'd like to thank them all very, very much for all the years of support and coming out to the gigs and just having a good time. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of it. And God bless you all. I love you. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Dino.
Okay. I hope to talk to you again, man.
Absolutely.
All right?
Love you, man. You're the best. You're such a hero of mine. I remember seeing you when I was like 15 years old at the I don't know if it was the front row or the whipping post or what Willie's or Rascals. I can't remember where it was, but I saw you and I never forgot.
Well, you turned out to be a good man, and you got your shit together. You're still playing a lot, right? You play?
Oh,
attaboy, man. You keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, you take care now.
Okay, all the best, Dino.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care.